This is ABC 7 News at 6.
A search is underway by the Maine Warden Service and State Police for two Bangor men who have been missing since late Tuesday night. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. The two men were last seen leaving a veterans home in Bangor. Our Grace Blanchard joins us live in studio with the latest. Grace.
Thank you, Beth and Devin. 77-year-old Sydney Hoyt and 75-year-old Gary Foster were last seen leaving the Maine Veterans Home on Hogan Road between 7 and 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. Hoyt, who suffers from multiple health issues, is described as being 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighs 290 pounds and has reddish-gray hair with blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a black shirt, blue jacket, and blue jeans. Foster, who suffers from cognitive issues, is 5'6", weighs 174 pounds, and has gray hair and blue eyes. Both men were traveling in a white 2008 Honda Ridgeline with a white cap and Maine registration 7319GX. According to the Maine Warden Service, Hoyt picked up Foster at the Maine Veterans Home in Bangor and were reportedly going for a ride on Stud Mill Road and said they would be back by 5 p.m. The Maine Warden Service, Bangor Police, and State Police are searching the Stud Mill Road from Milford to Princeton with multiple aircrafts in the air as well as vehicles riding through side roads.
Temperatures were cold last night. They got into the single digits, and we're hopeful that as long as they stayed with their vehicle, the vehicle's still running, they should be in good condition. We do have a storm coming tomorrow night or tonight, and we're hoping to find them before we have more snow cover to avoid those challenges.
Anyone with information that can help with the search are being asked to contact your local law enforcement agency or contact the Bangor Police Department. More information can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. Beth and Devin, back to you.
Thank you, Grace. Jared Golden is officially Maine's 2nd District Congressman. The race went to ranked choice voting after no candidate received the required number of votes to claim the seat. Jared Golden was declared the winner, but his opponent, Austin Theriault, asked for a recount of the votes cast on Election Day. That recount began on Monday, but ended earlier today.
We recounted everything in Aroostook County, in the city of Bangor, in Kennebec County, and a good portion of the city of Lewiston, not finding that results were changing from election night. Austin Theriault's campaign has withdrawn that recount request.
Cook says it's not uncommon to end recounts early. In fact, she says the same thing happened in 2018 when Jared Golden defeated Bruce Poliquin for the 2nd District congressional seat.
Well, Jared Golden and Austin Theriault have both released statements regarding the results of the recount. Golden said in part, quote, "I spoke earlier this afternoon with State Representative Austin Theriault, who called to concede the race. I appreciate Austin's service in Augusta and his dedication to the people of Maine. I'd like to thank the voters for participating in the greatest democracy the world has ever known, and all the staff and volunteers who helped ensure the election's integrity on Election Day, during the runoff and over the course of this recount. I'm already back in D.C. preparing for the next Congress, where I will continue to work hard with anyone from any party to do what's best for Maine's working families," end quote.
Theriault states in part, quote, "It has been the honor of my life to run to represent Mainers in Washington. This was an extremely close and hard-fought race, and I'm humbled by the tremendous reception we received from all corners of the district. I ran this campaign centered around putting people over politics, and it's time to do that now. I want to congratulate Jared Golden and wish him the best of luck representing our beautiful home. I look forward to working with him, the rest of the delegation, and the Maine people to continue to fight for our state." Well,
Bangor is among the communities that will benefit from $2 million awarded for statewide transit projects. Maine DOT announced today the Bangor Community Connector will get more than $467,000 for 2 hybrid or electric vehicles, as well as driver training. Maine DOT Commissioner Bruce Van Oat says Maine's transit agencies play a vital role in meeting transportation needs of our people every day. He says reliable transit service also reduces the impact the transportation sector has on our climate. Alrighty.
Well, it was a beautiful day out there.
It was gorgeous,
today.
was it not? Yeah.
Beautiful, picturesque skies,
Yeah.
very blue, very bright.
Yeah.
Seems like Mother Nature, we talked about this yesterday, finally figured out her lighting
Got the
cues.
lighting, yeah, she stated her mission for today's lighting
Yeah.
scheme, and we appreciated it for sure. Also, no wind, which is always nice because the temperatures
Absolutely.
were crisp, but the air was calm, so that's always a nice thing. All right, well, let's go ahead and get a first look at our forecast and see what else is coming.
Thank you, Beth and Devin. Our first weather today is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. It's not just a store, it's an experience. All right, we got a clipper system on the way that'll be arriving tonight, bringing snow first, and then temperatures are going to rise overnight tonight. And we're going to see that chance for some rain in the early morning hours. So we got those south winds out there right now, only right around 9 miles per hour here in town. A little bit lighter by the coast, but you see those stronger winds up north. But the winds are going to pick up tonight as well, gusting near 30 miles per hour here in town. For tonight, we can see that rain starting, or the snow starting right around 9 o'clock. Then temperatures do warm, and it's going to transition into rain. Looks like right around 4:30 in the morning, and we'll be dealing with that up until right around 9 o'clock in the morning as well. Then we'll start to see a little bit of snow before this moves out of our area, and we'll have a few more snow flurries moving in for tomorrow afternoon into evening. All right, so for overnight tonight, we're going to see the rain and snow moving in. The snow is going to hit first, and then the rain will transition right around 3 a.m. Temperatures are going to be rising throughout the night into the mid-30s. Beth and Devin?
And that sloppy overnight probably going to make for a messy morning commute, potentially slick conditions. So, of course, always important to kind of slow down and watch where you're going.
Slow down,
Yeah.
look out ahead of you, and just take your time getting to where you need to go.
Yeah, crucial.
Well, coming up on ABC7 News at 6, our Doug Banks is live in studio to bring us the first installment of Corrosion in Care and the Search for Solace.
Stay with us.
Unexpectedly true, regulation thickness of a basketball net has to be between 30 and 120 threads because it has to swish just right. The fastest slap shot in the NHL, 108.8 miles per hour. And while most people can't jump higher than 20 inches, 85% of Mainers who buy health insurance through CoverMe.gov pay less than the sticker price for their plan. Here you can search options, choose a plan that works for you, and see how much you could save. You have until December 15th. A plan that fits, a price that works. We've got you covered at CoverMe.gov.
The end of year blowout sale starts now at the Furniture Gallery. Save 10% on all categories store-wide. That's on top of our everyday low prices. At the Furniture Gallery, find your favorite top brands like Ashley, Serta, and Scott Living, all at 10% off right now. And save up to 70% on in-stock clearance items. Once they're gone, they're gone. Warm up your home, cool down your wallet, and don't miss the Furniture Gallery's end of year blowout sale. Support our main family-owned business and save money at the Furniture Gallery.
This year, Versant Power celebrates 100 years of service to customers. The times have changed, but Versant's commitment to providing safe, reliable electricity still holds true. They've helped our communities grow and prosper, powering homes and businesses through the years. Their team is always there when you need them most, in the field and behind the scenes. Then, now, and into the future.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
It was news that shocked many of us when the abuse dealt by former employees at the local adult care facility was first reported.
Since then, plea bargains and trials have wrapped many of the public's consciousness. But what about the families left behind in the wake? Well, our Doug Banks joins us live in studio. Doug.
Thank you, Beth and Devin. What if the people entrusted to care for your child were suddenly the ones on trial for abusing them? That is the reality one mother is facing. Some time ago, she welcomed me into her home to sit down and speak with her. She asked for her children's faces to not be shown and their names abbreviated. This is part one of our three-part series, Corrosion in Care, in the Search for Solace.
When he was little, he used to lay underneath the trees and he watched the leaves move. And we just lay there and we'd watch the leaves just gently blow. It just like calmed us right down, and he found different ways to soothe himself, and that was one of them.
In January of 1998, Danielle Longsworth welcomed twin boys into the world, CR and KR.
He is funny, witty, clever, and he's a sweetheart. Like if he knows he hurts your feelings, he can't say it, but he'll just like take his hand and go like this.
At 3 years old, the twins were both diagnosed with autism.
I knew something before they were a year old, actually.
Longsworth says when her son KR was unable to communicate or express emotion, he would headbutt.
Everybody else wanted to hold his brother, but KR, they were just always nervous about him, and I wasn't nervous about him. Because I always wanted KR to know that he was just as important as his brother.
As the twins grew older, they moved through different services until settling at their father's.
It was hard because I felt helpless. You really need to have somebody to help you and support you. And I didn't have anybody to help me. And that's why the boys ended up living with their dad, because I didn't have any help.
By the age of around 17, Longsworth says the boys were taken from their fathers by the state.
CR wrote down on a piece of paper to the teacher, and he said, "Spend the night Mama's house happy." And he went home and he showed it to his dad, and his dad burnt it in front of him.
With help from her sister-in-law, Margaret, KR was moved to a service in Florida.
You know, it was not a good situation there. He got beat up a couple times.
The 1,000 miles away from her son would soon change when the agency her other son was staying at visited KR and agreed to take him in.
So when he got there and he saw his house, he was really happy. I just kept visiting him, constantly, just so he reassure him that nothing's going to happen to him.
With a mother and her 2 sons reunited, a once broken family found solace again.
Just that feeling of finally being, okay, being in a safe place and not knowing that not too long after that is when it started.
Tomorrow night, in our second installment, we discuss the jarring reality of her son being one of the reported victims of the abuse that occurred at Lee Residential Care. Live in studio, I'm Doug Banks for ABC 7 News at 6. Beth and Devin.
Doug, thank you. Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, a fire broke out at Herman Mountain ski area, damaging some vital equipment.
And in sports, Maine men's hockey working to replace senior captain Lyndon Breen after learning he'll be out for an undisclosed amount of time. That story is right after the break.
In a small town like this, you got to take care of each other, and that's really what it comes down to. Have a good evening. Mike's & Sons is a business my father started. When Matt and I were buying this store, the credit unions found a way to do it for us.
They don't look at us as a number.
Alicia Netta, Mike's & Sons.
We want to be able to run our business the way we feel is best for our customers.
We're not in this to make money. We're just trying to help everybody be what they want to be for the future.
If something is even remotely possible, they find a way to get it done. That's why we stick with the credit unions.
At WKIT in the 90s, things were a little different. Now we take the rock very seriously. Still clowning around decades later. 100.3 WKIT, WKIT HD, Brewer, Bangor.
Warm holiday wishes from the Levesque Business Solutions family, celebrating joy, peace, and success together. SBS Music in Eddington would like to wish all our customers a happy and safe holiday from Maine's biggest little music store. Give the gift of wonder this holiday season. Visit Out on a Whimsy for toys that spark imagination and joy.
You're gripping a pumpkin spice latte.
Watching the home game on a Friday night. Earlier, you took the kids apple picking and almost made it through the corn maze. It's that time of year. Shorter days, cooler nights. Valley Home Services believes the comfort and warmth of home means more on nights like these. Comfort and warmth that comes from Fujitsu heat pumps. Valley Home Services has the most reliable choices for heating and cooling your home or business. Ditch the worry of heating bills and power outages all season long with Valley Home Services. Go ahead, embrace the comfort.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll start on the ice. Maine men's hockey turns the page to Stonehill College this week, where they will host the Skyhawks for a pair of games on Saturday and Sunday at the Alfond. They'll have to continue on without captain Lyndon Breen, who will undergo surgery Friday on an undisclosed lower body injury. The fifth-year senior had tallied 5 goals and 4 assists before the injury, and he's a massive piece of not only the Maine offense, but their culture as a whole. He had 66 points the last 2 seasons with the Black Bears. Head coach Ben Barr says they will certainly miss Lyndon, but it's next man up for this squad.
It's a tough thing for Breener just because he is like everything Black Bear hockey is, and you know, it's you feel for him in his 5th year going through that, and he was playing so well, had a hat trick that game, so it's you know, you get emotional thinking about, like, you know, that a kid like that, you know, being out for a while and how much he means to us, but it's also, you know, that's why depth is such an important part of your team.
Moving on to some high school hoops now. After their first gold ball in program history last winter, the Bangor Christian boys are back at it looking for another run in Class D North. The Patriots rattling off a huge season last winter, leading them to a Class D gold ball victory over the Valley boys. Bangor Christian lost a few seniors last year, but they returned several key pieces to that championship run, like sophomore guard Rajon Reed, junior forward Jesse Booker, and Elliot Straubel, another wing piece. But it's not their individual pieces that matter. It's going to be how cohesive they are as a unit that will lead them to success.
When you can't rely on certain players to, like, just ISO all the time, it's good to be a cohesive team to just work together. And we've got a bunch of leaders in all these kids, and we definitely are just more of a team atmosphere. There's no really one person above anyone else.
I think it's just about everyone stepping up. You know, they got some bench players stepping up, and just the starters just fill that role. It's very important. You know, we lost our best scorer and then a very good senior captain, and it's good just to keep unity together and just fight together and win.
Right now, the Patriots are all trying to figure out some new roles. They lost their top scorer, Jalen Reed, to graduation, and that's a hard piece to replace. Bangor Christian took down Narraguagus in a preseason matchup on Tuesday evening by double figures, and they open with Stearns on Friday at the Cross Center. But right now, all they're focused on is themselves and getting the guys to gel together.
Well, we're definitely still meshing as a team because we got a lot of younger kids coming up, but that was our first game where we really meshed, so I don't know. We got strengths all over the court. We got strengths in our guards and our big men.
I'm really excited to see how we're going to gel as a team on the court because we haven't really had any practice or games with everybody on the floor, so I'm really excited to see that.
Moving on to some college football now. Former Maine football head coach Joe Harasimiak is gearing up for another head coaching gig as of Wednesday. The former Black Bear football coach recently hired to lead the UMass football program in Amherst. The Minutemen will be competing in the MAC beginning next season. Harasimiak most recently served as defensive coordinator at Rutgers. He began his career as an assistant with Maine Maritime Academy in 2008, arriving in Orono in 2011 as an assistant. He spent 2 years as the defensive coordinator before being hired in 2015 as head coach, leading the Black Bears to the FCS semifinals in a huge season back in 2018. Wishing him luck with the Minutemen. That is all the time we have for sports. Here is your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you, Tyler. Our main weather today is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. All right, a lot of stuff going on today as we have a clipper system on the way, but we can see our highs. We're just a tick below freezing out there with a high right around 31, 34 in Bar Harbor, same with Rockland. And those warmer temperatures in the mid to upper 30s were in the southwestern portion of the state. Colder temperatures in the mid to upper 20s were up north Millinocket right around 28. Holton and Presque Isle right around 26 degrees for their highs today. Going into tonight, right after sunset is when we're going to hit our lows, right around 24, 25 degrees where we're going to see colder temperatures in Millinocket right around the upper teens and then 20s up near Clayton Lake. But as we go after sunset, temperatures are going to raise, and we're going to see our high actually right around 6 a.m. for tomorrow, expecting right around those mid to upper 30s, 40s by Deer Isle, and we could definitely see some 40s here near the coastal areas to the east as well. And temperatures a little bit cooler up north, and this is where they're going to see lots of more of snow tomorrow, while we're going to be seeing rain during those early morning hours. As we continue on throughout tomorrow, temperatures will get below freezing. Looks like by tomorrow, right around 8 p.m., where we can see a few more straggling snow showers in our area. So the average high this time of year right now is 38 degrees. We're going to be just a tick above that for tomorrow for a short amount of time. And then Friday, Saturday into Sunday, those cold temperatures really hit. Saturday high of only 24 degrees. But then we are going to be above average going into the beginning of the work week, a high of 41 on Monday, 39 on Tuesday, and then eventually getting closer to average right around 36 on Wednesday. So we got that Clipper system on the way. We can see snow is just outside of the state right now, and that is all going to be arriving tonight within the next few hours, right around 8:30 to 9, maybe 9:30 is when we're going to expect those snow showers to first arrive, and then it's going to transition to rain. So we do have that winter storm warning in the center of the state for us, and lots of winter weather advisories out there for many of our northern and western counties out there. So lots of stuff is going on with the system making its way in. So we can see right around 9 o'clock is when that snow is going to arrive here in town, but then we do have those warm temperatures coming from the coast, and that's going to arrive right around 4:30 in the morning. That's when that snow is going to transition into rain. Unfortunately for us, I would love to have more snow than rain, but then we'll see that system be out of our area by right around 1:30 tomorrow, but we do have a chance for some more snow on top of that. We can see for tomorrow night, right around 6 o'clock, a nice little band of snow is definitely possible here in our area. All right, so out there for tonight, we can see mostly cloudy skies, rain and snow is going to be on the way. Rising temperatures throughout the night. We'll hit our low right around 24 degrees just after sunset, and the winds are starting to pick up from the southeast right around 25 miles per hour. We can see for tomorrow high 39. That's going to be for a brief few hours, and then we're going to drop slowly. Rain and snow is still going to be continuing throughout those morning into afternoon hours. Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour for tomorrow. Taking a look at our extended forecast, we can see temperatures drop Friday into Saturday right around those mid to upper 20s, and then they rise back up. A chance for snow on Sunday, and then a rain and snow chance on Monday with a high of 41. Beth and Devin.
Thank
you,
Chase.
Thank you.
You're all right.
We'll be right back.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the great strength and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
When a big storm hits and damages our electrical system, we have a planned approach to get the most customers restored at a time.
We begin by assessing the scope of the damage and helping first responders address emergency situations like down lines across roads.
Then, before you see us in your neighborhoods, power restoration begins at our substations. From there, power travels long distances over these transmission lines.
They're next on the repair list, followed by the lines in your neighborhood.
As we work to bring the most customers online at a time, we'll keep you updated throughout the process. Please remember to report your outage either online or by calling us at 973-2000.
Please stay safe while we work hard to get your power back on.
Rennie's, a main adventure.
Rennie's has everything you need this Christmas season. We're gonna wrap it up. We've got gift boxes, lots of those. Great selection of Christmas cards. We've got plenty of bags. We've got Christmas lights.
Got it.
Great selection of wrapping paper, bows, ribbon. We've got lights. You wanted to get those, don't you, John?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you do. We got plenty of bags, you name it, candles. Get to Rennie's.
The city city of Bangor has made some changes to make street parking easier this winter. At a November City Council meeting, officials approved a one-winter trial where winter parking rules will be the same as summer parking rules, except when a snow ban is in place. Previously, the rule was that outside of downtown, overnight street parking was banned between the first parking ban of the year, which usually happens around the first significant snowstorm, and was in place through the end of March. Now, during the day, an even odd rule was in place, where on even calendar days, drivers were only permitted to park on the even side of the street, and vice versa. Bangor Public Works Director Aaron Hootery says the planning board changed parking requirements for new developments.
So they changed the ordinance to require fewer parking spaces per unit on a new construction. So as they reduce that requirement for off-street parking, people are going to be required to park on the street.
Now, when there is a snow-related parking ban, the city plans to open a number of free parking lots. The city will notify residents of these bans on their website, through their alert system, and of course on social media. For more information on the alert system and the city's free overnight parking lots, you can head to our website, foxbangor.com.
According to Fairfield Town Manager Michelle Flewelling, during her 8+ years in the town's government, there's never been a nativity scene put in Veterans Memorial Park, but that recently changed. According to Flewelling, Fairfield State Representative Shelley Rudnicki purchased and put the nativity scene next to the gazebo last Saturday during a public event at the park. Flewelling says they take the separation of church and state seriously, and because the nativity scene is private property on public land, she says it raised concerns over the perception of promoting one religion over another.
We did reach out to the town's attorney to get some clarification, and he did suggest that we put up the sign to try to separate ourselves from the privately owned piece of property that is located within the public park.
Placed on the gazebo behind the nativity scene is a sign that reads, "This is a privately owned display." The intent is to show the municipality didn't place or endorse the nativity scene.
Well, Herman Mountain staff have been busy prepping for the annual arrival of skiers and snowboarders who are eager to hit the slopes. But early snowmaking efforts were stalled last night when a fire destroyed a key piece of equipment. Our David Ledford has the details.
Snowmaking on Herman Mountain. It's an annual effort that typically kicks off in early December. But this year it was cut short by a fire in the ski area's pump house late Tuesday night.
And it just flattened the place, and it did it quick.
The pump house transports water to the mountain's snow machines. There's no word yet on the cause of the fire, but both the building and the equipment inside have been deemed a total loss.
We had some struggles. It's winter, so it was slippery. Hard to drag lines across there. We had a large diesel tank inside that we were keeping water on to try to keep cool.
Owner Bill Whitcomb says he doesn't believe the fire will delay the start of the season, and he hopes that repairs will move quickly.
And we've got people digging for us right now, and hopefully within a day or two we'll have a pump. And so we don't really, it's a catastrophe, but we don't envision it keeping us down very long. As much as it looks or you think it might be a big impact, it really won't be. We may lose 2 snowmaking sessions.
And Whitcomb says the community has already stepped in to help.
I want to thank everybody that has already reached out to us. DISAT's insanely helpful. Dumpster, we called, told them what it was. It showed up a half hour later. Town of Herman and fire department, police department. I mean, we have had so much reaching out other businesses.
Whitcomb says he expects to open around the 3rd week of this month. In Herman, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And so even though staff are gearing up for this year's visitors, the business, of course, has been put up for sale since 2022 and is currently listed for $2.9 million. That's such an ugly snafu to have, though, right at the head of your season. That's got to make folks feel a little daunted. But, you know, as he was saying, the community support has just, you know, come in droves. That's always great to hear.
And he says they'll be right on track. So, like, it's just a little hitch in their wagon, but it doesn't seem like it will mess them up too bad. So hopefully everything works out for them.
Yeah, we know folks are just dying to hit the slopes.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7, take care and have a great rest of your night.
And for more of your local news, join us over on Fox 22 News Tonight at 6:30.
Congress is back in session, and the nominees are making their case on the Hill. Plus, South Korea. What happens next? Why it matters here and around the globe. World News Tonight with David Muir is the most watched newscast in America.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Downeast Direct Cremation.
Escort with you.
Okay.
I need to be present. I don't want her to be home.
Oh, absolutely. She has to give you notice, and she should probably get a police standby order when she removes it.
Yes.
And she has to be there to remove it, to identify it, so it's done.
All right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
We're good. Thank you. We're done.
Step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I think that she made a good decision.
Justice was served, and I just want to say thank you, Judge Judy.
It was a violent situation, and I left with me and my son.
I'm not violent. I'm not an abuser.
I hope that he could disappear, but that's not going to happen, so I don't want to have anything to do with them.
Just co-parent his parents and raise his child, because he needs both of his parents.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
A search is underway by the Maine Warden Service and State Police for two Bangor men who have been missing since late Tuesday night. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. 77-year-old Sydney Hoyt and 75-year-old Gary Foster were last seen leaving the Maine Veterans Home on Hogan Road between 7 and 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. Hoyt, who suffers from multiple health issues, is described as being 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighs 290 pounds and has reddish gray hair with blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a black shirt, blue jacket, and blue jeans. Foster, who suffers from cognitive issues, is 5'6", weighs 174 pounds, and has gray hair and blue eyes. Both men were traveling in a white 2008 Honda Ridgeline with a white cap with Maine registration 7319GX. According to the Maine Warden Service, Hoyt picked up Foster at the Maine Veterans Home